This is ZNS Total Sports, brought to you by Fourth Terrace Diagnostic Center.
Good evening, Bahamas. I'm Kelsey Johnson. Welcome to Sports Thursday. 4 teams watch from behind the fence, eager to see who they will face off with when the BAISS Championship Best of 3 series starts on Monday. The second half of the sudden death playoffs wrapped up yesterday with the final 4 teams moving on. In this report, our Jonathan Benson tells us just how the St. Augustine's College Big Red Machine will be represented in all 4 divisions. It wasn't an easy road for the squads.
The second and final day of sudden death was all about 2 versus 3. In junior girls play, SAC's Big Red Machine came with their A game. They took down the Kingsway Academy Saints 14-4 to move into the championship against the NCA Crusaders.
NCA did defeat us, but of course we learned from that. We have made the adjustments we need to make, and they just cannot sleep on their laurels because we are ready. We still need to work on a few things, and we're sure that we're going to have those completed and ready by time as Monday for the championships. During the regular season, we lost only 1 game.
On to the junior boys now, and SAC once again coming out firing against the St. Andrews Hurricanes. SAC built a lead, but the Hurricanes made a rally in the bottom of the 5th, only to come up short. SAC holds on 4-2, and they will play QC for the title.
We came up with a plan, be aggressive, attack the ball, aggressive on the bases, and that's what we did. We executed, we played well, and we came up with the win.
Second upset in 2 days, you guys taking on QC now in the championship. What do you expect as you go into the championship now?
Well, pretty much the same thing. We have similar plans. Just be aggressive, work hard, work on executing, and we should be fine.
The senior girls saw QC up against the St. Anne's Blue Waves. St. Anne's led 13-8 after 3, but from there QC went to work. They scored the final 9 runs and advanced to the championship against SAC with a 19-13 victory.
All we had to do was get 3 outs, and that was the game. And championship is all we wanted. We want to beat SAC. We play SAC like any other team. We just do what we have to do, get our bats round, get defense, remember the fundamentals, and stick together. That will win games.
As for the senior boys, another fast start for SAC as they scored 3 early runs against the C.W. Saunders Cougars. The Cougars' offense would eventually come around, and they even took a lead after 4 innings. In the 5th and 6th, though, it would be SAC going back to work. They score 7 more runs, and from there, C.W. Saunders has no answers. SAC wins 12-5, and they'll play for the title against NCA.
We started off good, I must say. We started off awesome, and then they came back with a few runs and hits, but we didn't let them get to us. We just held strong, and we did what we had to do tonight.
What's the plan now? You got NCA in the championship starting on Monday.
You just got to beat them. We got to execute our plays, execute bunts, anything Mr. AC calls. We got to execute the plan. We got to do what we got to do. Stick it to the dance. That's all we got to do.
The best of 3 championships in all 4 divisions start Monday, right back here at Freedom Forum. Jonathan Benson, ZNS Total Sports.
Thanks so much, Jonathan. The men's national team is a force to reckon with on both the regional and international levels. However, the team has had some challenges over the years. Traveling is the biggest one. The lack of funds has kept the squad grounded, unable to bear their skills by playing other teams as preparations for tournaments. Head coach Hazel McDonald believes that if the program is able to get the financial backing, the Bahamas will be back again on top.
I think we'll do it. Again, it comes down to finances. The national team needs finances. The national team needs to travel more than what it does. If you ask me, it needs to go to some more competitions, even right there in Florida. It needs to be able to compete. A tournament coming up in Jamaica. You got to play ball to get better. You're not going to play. You're not going to raise your level of play unless you travel and play. And I think the national team needs to get the finances, whether it be from Ministry of Sports or whatever it may be, sponsorship, but we need to travel more, and I know we'll get better.
Another sport struggling on the national level is volleyball, especially on the women's side. With two Bahamian head coaches leading top collegiate female programs in the States, one has to wonder why the national squad is not excelling. Edric Poitier has had success while at St. Augustine's College in Raleigh, North Carolina, Winston-Salem University, which is also in North Carolina, and Bluefield State College, where he's currently at. Poitier said he is willing to assist, but was shut down.
I would love to, but 9 years ago, I know it's a long time, when we hosted the championships in Nassau in 2006, I basically offered myself to help with the national team because I was kind of disappointed that with the level of talent we had, especially at the net, with yourself and Kizzy and the rest of them, I mean, I think we were the strongest team in the region at the net, blocking and hitting, but we were getting beat because the team just lacked some direction on defense, and I offered myself to assist, and I was turned down. They told me, well, I'm sorry, we got it, we don't need your help. And I mentioned it to the president of the federation, and this is what he said to me. He said, well, they were right to turn you down because you can't just walk into the street and coach no national team. I said, walk into the street? I mean, I coached this team for 9 years. This team hasn't won a medal since I stopped coaching. Oh, we won a medal in 1998. I said, well, I stopped coaching in 1999. But he's like, well, you want to coach a national team, write a letter to the federation. So it's like some power struggle or something. I simply want to help because I'm tired of seeing teams that didn't stand a chance against players like Jackie and Muggy and Cora. They just couldn't stand a chance against them now. They're just beating up on us like we stole something. And I just wanted to kind of turn that around, help to turn it around. Not that I wanted to coach the team.
The organizer for the Chickcharney Relays, Chester Robards, is no stranger to competing in obstacle courses. It was his love for the grueling run that made him put on the event locally.
Well, I did a similar obstacle course run in Miami 2 years ago, and it was a pretty expensive ordeal to go over and do it. So I figured, it's probably something a lot of Bahamians might want to do. And it's a fun event, fun fitness event. It challenges all parts of your body all at once throughout the entire event, and so that's why I thought it was a good idea to try it out here. We had two events, February and April. They were both successful.
Week 9 of the NFL play kicks off tonight. All that means is the competition here at ZNet is getting hotter. There's a seesaw battle for the second and third spots. Right now, Jonathan Benson holds down the number 2 spot. Charles Fisher slipped into third, and Julian Gibson is playing catch-up, while yours truly is out front. This is another tough week, so let's see which routes and teams we're all going with this time around.
Hi, I'm Julian Gibson. Welcome to the NFL Weekly Football Pick sponsored by Asu Draw, folks. I'm still in last place. Hopefully this week I can turn it around. Thursday night, I was going with Cincinnati to beat Cleveland. New England Patriots, I think the Patriots should mash up Washington. The Giants, they're going to hammer Tampa Bay. The Steelers will beat the Raiders. And come Monday night, I'm going with the Chargers to beat the Chicago Bears. Final score, 27-16. Let's go to my little sis, Kelsey Johnson, for her Weekly Football Picks.
My dominance in this NFL challenge is nothing to play around with. I am simply putting the smack down on the boys. This week, my picks are going to separate me from them once again. I'm going to go with the Bengals, the Pats, the Saints, the Jets, and the Chargers. Even though they're facing another 2-5 team, the Chargers are going to win this one 21-17.
After a disastrous Week 8 from Fisher, I'm now in sole possession of second place, but I'm still 2 games off the lead. This week I'm going with Cincinnati over Cleveland. I also like New England. That's right. I think New England will beat Washington this week. I also like New Orleans over Tennessee. I have Minnesota beating the Rams. And on Monday night, I like the Chargers over the Bears. Final score 28-24.
Well, after a rough week, I'm hoping to rebound this week. I'm going with Cincinnati to remain undefeated when they take on the Cleveland Browns. New England also going to keep their perfect record intact against the Washington Redskins. Also coming up next week, New Orleans over Tennessee. And I also like that game with Jacksonville. I think the Jacksonville Jaguars are going to lose to the New York Jets. And then come Monday night, I'm going for the upset Chicago over San Diego, 28-21.
Well, that's the NFL picks for this week. Make sure to join yours truly every Monday night. Ace who draw on Robinson Road for Monday Night Football.